Hey gang, Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey here. Wanted to give you an update on what we can expect for the rest of the afternoon and evening in this afternoon weather webcast, with the potential that we could see a few strong thunderstorms as we get later on into the day, as a dynamic system slowly starts to move through the central plains and into the Midwest. And we're already seeing some activity well west of us, west of the Mississippi into Iowa, Missouri. This is the latest surface map that you're looking at. Low pressure out towards the central plains, centered into southern Nebraska. And that's going to move slowly to the north and east, and ahead of it, we'll see showers and thunderstorms developing. It is a warm day across the area. I'm going to flip over to my other computer here and just kind of show you what's going on. And again, mugginess, dew points are up, and those temperatures are high. We're into the mid 80s across the area. 83 in Peoria as of noon as we're recording this, and I'll flip back to the dew points here. Those numbers are up. They're not extremely high, but we always say 60 degrees is usually the threshold. You go above 60, you start to feel it a little bit. You feel the mugginess. And it's also going to add to the instability a little bit to kind of help fuel these thunderstorms. So plenty of moisture out there. Current radar is showing the line of showers just to our west. There is, as of the last check, and I'll flip on the warning layer, there's no warnings, at least in the Midwest currently, but you're starting to see that line going. Pretty decent cell there just northeast of Omaha, west of Des Moines, and a line trying to get going here around Joplin and stretching down to eastern Oklahoma. So I think the rest of the afternoon, at least the mid-afternoon, probably the late afternoon, should be dry. We have a pretty well-capped atmosphere, so we have warmer air aloft that's acting as a lid. It's a little more stable, and so it just keeps the thunderstorms from developing. Eventually, when the sun starts to set a little bit, we'll see that start to weaken, and these storms will start to roll as this system starts to move a little bit further to the east. And I'll flip over here to what we can expect. This is one of the models that we look at, and it's starting at, let's see, 1 o'clock here. And as we kind of go through time, this is going to go hour by hour. And you'll notice the line slowly progressing to the east here. So this would be about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, we're still dry. 4, 5, 5 o'clock evening drive, probably pretty quiet. Western counties by around 6, we may see some of the activity, and we'll see if this speeds up a little bit. But you're noticing that we're seeing probably some of our western counties getting some of these thunderstorms moving through. This would be at 7 o'clock, getting a little bit closer to the Peoria metro. And then this is going to be mainly then for a good chunk of, especially if you're along and east of the river, probably more of a mid-evening event. And as we get deeper on into the evening, we'll probably start to see really the strength of these storms falling apart a little bit. Some decent rain, which we could use, but hopefully losing the potential for some pretty nasty storms. This would be around 10 o'clock this evening, so getting around the I-55 corridor, and that takes us to around 11 o'clock, almost out of our area. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does have us under a slight risk for severe weather. Everywhere in yellow, I'll zoom in tight so you can see all of our counties. It does include Bloomington and Pontiac. Pretty much our entire viewing area is included in this. Moderate risk for severe weather is way west of us and northwest of us. That's northwestern Iowa, southern portions of Minnesota. And we can actually kind of look at the details here from what the SPC is saying. Potential for tornado, very low for us. That's a 2% in green. So the tornado threat is very, very low. This is the hail threat. This has got us in a 15% right here. Higher back towards the west, 30% and 45% where the moderate risk is at. Potential for damaging winds, 15% again. So primary concerns, and we were talking about this last night, hail damaging winds. Tornado threat, very, very low. And this will all come with that line. So we'll watch that carefully. Like I said, I think the rest of the afternoon is fine. So make sure you're checking back in. Of course, we'll be on the TV side starting at 4 o'clock. on again at 5 and 6. I'm always posting on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus as well, keeping you updated with any watches or warnings that we could potentially see. Like I said, probably not going to be anticipating anything until late at the afternoon at the earliest, and then more so as we get closer to the early portions of the mid-evening, when this line will start to roll on through. So that's your update for now. If anything changes, of course, we'll give you another fresh update and let you know what to expect. I'm Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Have a great Thursday afternoon.